Hello, welcome to our joint channel. Trying to get a bit more content over here if we can, here and there. But I thought actually today's video could be quite interesting. So my parents are coming around today for a bit of a belated birthday for my mum. My mum's birthday is like right at the beginning of January, pretty much straight after Christmas. And one of her presents got delayed, so her Christmas present got delayed, so I ended up having to give her birthday present for a Christmas present. And then the other one still didn't arrive. She said she was happy to wait, and I said when it does arrive, I'll invite you around. I'll also cook you a 3-course lunch as well, to kind of make up for it. So it's arrived. I gave her a bunch of options for starters, main, desserts, and she's picked one out for each. So I'm gonna make them today, and I thought I'd show you, because a lot of it is prep work actually, luckily the one she's picked. So we're gonna do a Mediterranean style stuffed pepper for starters, a asparagus risotto, and then a blackberry and lemon fool for dessert. So actually I'm going to start with prepping the dessert because it's the one I can make up ready, stick it in the fridge and bring it out when it's ready for eating. And then I'll probably do the stuffed pepper next, and then the risotto. Risotto is the only thing that needs cooking. The pepper does a little bit just to soften the pepper and warm it up slightly, but it doesn't need to be like cooked. Risotto is the only thing that needs cooking. So I thought it may be interesting to show you. Jamie's going to come down a minute, help me. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll leave the recipes that I've used linked below. I may tweak them slightly, but then at least you've got a kind of idea of what is needed. I thought it'd be something interesting. So yeah, I'm going to prep the dessert first. Okay, so in here we've got a majority of the blackberries. You need to leave a few out as like toppings afterwards. 2 tablespoons of icing sugar, and then zest of a lemon and half a lemon juice in there, and then I'm going to let that simmer so it becomes more of a syrupy type thing. Okay, because that's going to take a while to turn to syrup, and then I have to let it cool for a couple of hours in the fridge. I'm actually going to start prepping the starters next. Okay, so in here is 85 grams of couscous and then 125 mils of hot water. So I'm going to leave that to stand for 10 minutes to kind of let everything soak in, and then I'll go ahead and chop and prep everything else ready to mix into the couscous. Okay, so I'm going to do about 50 grams of feta and just kind of cut it up, crumble it up, just a handful of olives, and then about 50 grams of sun-dried tomato. Again, just chop it all up ready so it can be mixed into the couscous mixture.
And actually we're going to be using their mascara, their lipstick.
Okay, so I mixed all the ingredients into the couscous. I also added some mixed herbs, so I'm going to pop that to one side with the peppers I've got chopped ready, and that's all I need to do until I actually start to cook it. When people are here, that is my starter finished. Okay, left is risotto. I'm not going to do too much of this, I'm just going to chop and prep some stuff. I might get the veg stock ready, but apart from that, the rest is as I go with the risotto, so a little bit of prepping, but then I'll cook properly later. Okay, so I've prepped everything. So the asparagus, it wants you to do it in 3, so snap off the ends but keep. Cut off the tips, and then the bit in between just chop finely. I've chopped up the onions. I'm not going to worry about the stock, I'll just do that as when I'm ready to cook. I've just measured out the risotto. So not much left for me to do. Still waiting for this to become a bit more of a syrup-like thing, and then I can actually make that dessert up and put it in the fridge ready for later. But until that's done, there is not much more for me to do. Okay. I've taken this off the heat. I'm not sure it's quite ready, but I need it to cool down now. So I'm going to pop this in the fridge for a bit and then whip up the cream. And then once that's cooled, I can put the dessert together. Okay, in here is 500 grams of double cream and then 1 tablespoon of icing sugar. I just need to whip it so it's nice and kind of thick texture. Okay, double cream whipped. This is now cool enough, so I'm going to add some of it, not all of it. I want to leave some for a drizzle into it and mix it up. Okay, I'm now going to dish these up. We're going to use these little glasses here, put some in, a bit extra of the syrup, and then the last of the blackberries. Okay, dessert's done. Not necessarily the best presented, but I'm going to stick these in the fridge, ready for later. Once my parents were here, I put the stuffed peppers into the air fryer. They were probably in there for about 8 minutes at 180. Then I moved on to the risotto. So I boiled up the stock. After a few minutes, I added the ends of the asparagus in. A few more minutes, added the heads of the asparagus in. And whilst that was cooking, I was frying up the onions. I probably left the asparagus in there for 4 to 5 minutes. And then I moved them to a plate to cool down. I added the risotto rice for a few minutes into the pan. And then I added the rest of the asparagus I chopped and also the stock. You are supposed to stock here and there, but I just chuck it all in one go. And then this is the starter. I don't have smaller plates, so it looks a bit too big for this plate, to be honest. Obviously just let the risotto cook for a bit longer, and I completely forgot to show you how this looked in the end. And this is kind of where the video ends, a bit of an abrupt finish. I think once my parents got here, I kind of forgot to film the majority of it, but that was a 3-course meal. Everyone really enjoyed it. I think actually the starters and dessert was my favourite. The mains could have been a bit more flavoursome. But I really hope you enjoyed this kind of video, and if you want to see more, let me know and we can definitely do more.